Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay. Welcome. What I do want to tell you is brought to you by Dispose LLC. This is a garbage company that can do great things for you. How? Because they got a roll-off truck and a garbage truck called a front loader. They can take away all that stuff that you don't need. That's right. Yeah. That's what we do over here at Dispose. All you got to do is give us a call. You can go to my website or you can go to Dispose LLC's website. Best find me. Call me, Bar Talk with Jay, and I will help you understand exactly what we can do. Now,
Absolutely.
we're going to get away from that and we're going to get back to the people that's sitting in my building. And one of the things I want to tell you before we got this show started, we had to spray everybody. We had to use some hand sanitation and all the stuff that's on the table we're going to get with during the show because we want to make sure everybody stays safe. This is what we do. But I got to get next to this dude that's been rocking with me almost going on 4 years now. Craftmatic, how you doing, big baby?
I'm doing good, Jay. Doing good, man.
Man, you still got that glow, bro. Yeah, you glow all the time.
A lot of good things are happening, man.
I see.
Things are happening.
I mean, you just blessed.
Yeah. I had a
highly favored.
unfortunate scenario. I lost my grandmother
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
this week.
I'm sorry about that.
That's a big loss. She was 98, though.
Man, you lived a good life.
Name is Queen Scott.
Okay.
And I never knew this, but she was born and mostly raised in Barbados.
Okay. Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure where my loins go back. I need to figure that out.
They go back deep.
Yeah.
I know you.
Yeah. So, going to celebrate her life this week,
All right.
and at the same time, keep myself positive and focused. You know what I'm saying? So I'm good, man.
Well, tell the family our love.
Yeah, I sure will.
Well, the family here at Bar Talk.
I sure will, Jay. Thank you so much.
And then next in the building, we got Big Buddha in the building. Buddha, how you doing, big baby?
Slow motion, can't call it. Just trying to live one day at a time. You know how it is.
One day at a time, man. That's the name of the game.
That's definitely slow. You know, but 3 seconds ain't slow, but you quick on some things and slow on others.
Yes, sir.
I told you wrote that book.
I love my 3 seconds.
You started already.
Oh, this is how we get it.
Hey,
We
look.
got one more in the back. In the back, we got Big Country tonight. She's gonna be giving a female
Country.
point of view.
What you call it, big country?
We got Big Country.
Big country.
Big country.
South Shakalaki, Carolina.
Ooh.
Yes.
That Geechee girl back there.
What you know about that
That
Geechee?
Geechee girl. That
Love that
Geechee girl
rice,
talk.
huh?
Listen to her.
Oh yeah.
Listen to her talk.
Look at you.
Love that rice.
Hey, whatever. She got us holding down in the building.
Yes,
too,
sir.
Lord.
Yes, sir. And that is a proper time to introduce ourselves.
Let's do it.
This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
Try to get
This is my boy Buddha in the building. And we are here to simply inspire your mind with dialogue. We're going to have a great conversation here tonight as we do every week. And we're hoping that there's some value in the conversation for you. That you can see yourself or hear yourself in one of our opinions or expressions or experiences and really make some decisions about how you're going to handle the situation. This show is kind of designed to be therapeutic. We're just sitting back talking and everybody's growing while we're talking. No matter who's conversating, everybody's growing on the next level. So we certainly thank you folks for being here with us tonight, and we always start the night off with a prayer. And not sure, Jay, would you like to take it up tonight?
Man, I'm gonna let you help everybody because you know we got this thing going. So the theme tonight gonna be the coronavirus.
Coronavirus.
Yeah, ask the Lord to help us through the things that's up and coming.
Boy, you really put the weight on me.
Well, I put the weight on the
Recession.
world.
Oh, man. Okay.
Weight on the world, baby.
I have not yet dealt with it in the spirit, so
Recession it.
y'all excuse me if I go a little extra. Heavenly Father, we come into your presence tonight just thanking you for this life and thanking you for all that you are in our lives. We ask, Heavenly Father, that you would come to our rescue right now tonight. That you would come to the world's rescue right now. There's something going on in the world, Lord, that seems to be against us and taking lives. And nobody seems to know what is going on, but yet lives are still being lost. We would ask, Lord, tonight that you would put a barrier of protection up for those who are not infected and keep those children and families safe from this virus. We ask, Heavenly Father, that you would eradicate this virus, bring upon the spiritual angels and the warfare to destroy this disease, to destroy this enemy that is coming against us. We ask, Heavenly Father, that you would keep our bodies more healthy, that you would increase the immune system of each person right now, that you would strengthen our immune system and strengthen our mind and strengthen our resolve, that though 1,000 may fall at our left hand and 10,000 at our right side, no harm shall come unto us. We ask, Heavenly Father, that you would be in this room tonight to deliver a fantastic show through your will. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Oh, you answered that call.
Amen.
I'm telling you right now, somebody feeling that anointing.
Amen.
Anybody listen to that show, I'm telling you, if you didn't feel it, I'm telling you, you need to know it. One of the things I want to tell you is in front of the table, we got some things. One about things about the show, but again, we got the hand cleaners. Again, because we need to make sure everybody washing their hands, because again, this is one of the things everybody's saying on the TV. We want to make sure we right in compliance with that. We want to make sure we got somebody walking in the building now, getting some hand sanitizer. We want to make sure with no coronavirus. We got the Lysol, and then a lot of people laughing. You what? You already know how we doing that. We'll get that dap. You get the hand clean.
Yeah.
But we got the
We ain't gonna spray
Lysol.
them, though. We ain't gonna
And
spray
then a
them.
lot of people laughing, because they say, well, why you got condoms out there? Because, we trying to keep you strong all kinds of different ways. Because, again, we ain't trying to spread nothing else. Because there's some other things that's causing your immune system to be down.
Yeah.
So let's cover everything on up. So you wash your hands, cover some other things.
Yeah,
Just helping you out.
And listen, we don't want to see an extra million babies 9 months from now. Because we in quarantine.
We ain't helping none.
Because
That's
you get
all
to
we
stay
gonna
home for 2 weeks don't mean you need to be making babies.
Yeah, what I'm saying. You guys didn't have any
Strap up or pull out. One of the two.
That pull out don't work. Tell you that right now. And then we got the rubber gloves for the ones that, So again, we're trying to be cautious and safe.
Specialists.
The handcuffs and the other thing, we're going to talk about that later on when we start improving on the show.
Yeah.
But one of the things we want to do is we want to stay current with the times and what's going on. And again, we don't want to play with it, but we want to talk about it in a way that we're going to laugh about it, but we're going to take it serious.
Yeah.
Schools are closing. They're doing it in mass form. And one of the things I like and appreciate is enough people care enough to keep people safe. Let's continue that.
Yeah.
Let's not just take this as a joke.
Yes.
You don't close a school not unless it's a threat.
Yeah.
And I really feel like if we take the threat serious, we might be able to save a lot of lives, because there's a lot going on across the world.
Yeah, it is, Jay. And there's quite a bit that troubles me about this whole scenario, and we won't spend much time on it. But when you get to making moves like closing schools and protecting borders, et cetera, there's something going on that perhaps they haven't shared with us.
Well, that's why we ask the Lord to help us.
Yeah, and that's the point to make, is that we can't depend on anybody but God in these scenarios. We can always do our best to, try to stay clean and stay out of certain places and protect ourselves from such contamination, such viruses. But it's really left to God. And it's time to get down and pray and ask for a prayer of protection, spiritual warfare upon your life. It is necessary right now. And I remember saying several weeks ago that those who don't live by the Spirit are going to have a hard time in the years to come, because the Spirit is going to be the way maker, and everything else is going to fall to darkness. You know what I mean? So, that's what the good book says. So we got to just become aware and get focused on the Lord, and get focused on having a great life. Let's go ahead and cover last week's topic. It was another great topic. In fact, I thought this was a fantastic topic because it got so much feedback from our audiences, and I have several people listening to the show, and they love to talk to me about it. And this stimulated some real good dialogue. It goes like this: what do you do when one woman has your heart and the other woman has your back?
I told you then, run. One of the things I said back then,
Run.
I said run.
Yeah.
Because again, if you're deceiving a person and you're misleading, then it's going to be a running situation, because there's going to be a lot of hell to tell. All right. But when you being honest with people, and one wants to win over your heart and the other one has your back, then you got to show a lot of good things about you in order for somebody to continue to do these things, and you're not willing to commit. So again, you got to figure out where you're at. And a lot of time people,
It could be whip.
it could be whipped, but they won't stay. I won't hold you back just because of whip.
Yeah.
Most females ain't gonna just hold you down just because you whip. They'll do certain things for you, but that's not normally holding you back.
Mm-hmm.
Having your back that mean they really got you. That's a person that's looking out for you.
Exactly.
So that's a little bit past whoop, because whoop just mean I just need you to do that thing that you do. You know?
Right.
We all like the thing.
We all like that thing.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
That's what you good for.
We gonna talk about that.
You
thing.
act like you somebody, but no, you good for that one thing.
Could be
And I
multiple.
bet you got
She got more value than that.
No,
Jay.
some don't. Some don't.
I'm not gonna let you deteriorate.
I know you
any of them.
deteriorate. It's just some
Multiple things
people.
she good at.
It multiple sometimes.
Say
All
what?
of them don't have multiple skills.
One at a time.
It could be. She good
She have
at
multiple.
Yes,
She might be a keeper.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking about keeping things.
That's a skill level.
I know you
She
talking.
can multitask.
Y'all boys, you need to stop
Yeah,
it.
she can multitask.
We gonna get on the
Do it
subject.
one
in a
time.
while. Listen, that's a
Yeah,
good thing.
possibility.
Y'all sucking me in. Let me go on.
I'm
out.
about
Let
to
me
say,
go
I'm
to the
pimping
next
out.
one. Listen. I like the way you think, Grasshopper. Watch this.
What you got, bro?
This is my major takeaway from the show.
What'd you
right?
get?
What do you do when one woman has your heart and the other woman has your back? We have discussed numerous occasions in this show that love is not enough.
That is true.
You can fall in love with somebody, and next thing you know, it's going to be, the love is going to be about what they do for you, what they said to you, how they treated you, what they did last night. It's not going to be about the love. It's going to be about the bond and the friendship. And so,
Love is not enough.
it's not enough. It's not enough. Now, here's the thing. We talked a little bit about how people cheat and why people cheat. Some people cheat because they don't have the love in their house, right? They're not in love with their spouse, significant other. They're looking for love out in the street somewhere, right? Some people are cheating because maybe their spouse doesn't have their back, right? And they don't feel supported. They don't feel like their spouse cares. Or, you know, the spouse doesn't help with nothing around the house, and maybe doesn't even help with the bills or the kids or anything. So sometimes she'll go out and cheat because she can get, she can get somebody to have her back. Literally.
Or try to break it.
Literally.
I mean, or they just cheat because one can multitask and one can't.
Talking about that skill?
I'm just saying,
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Right.
It could be a possibility.
So,
Somebody
and here's the sad here's
What you got, Graham? I'm sorry.
here's the sad reality of the whole equation.
What's that, man? What's that?
Sometimes you can have the heart in your house,
Right.
your loved one.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes you can have your ride or die, who got your back,
Mhm.
and you still go cheat. What's the point, right? I think we all threw our hands up last week and was like, what's the point? Right? It happens, and I don't think we're ever going to change it. With all the shows that we've done on cheating, we know that somewhere between 65 and 75% of all spouses have cheated in a marriage.
Opportunity presented itself.
They were just not able to deny it. You know, in fact, that was the outlet they were looking for. They got something in that exchange, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got something in it. And
3
sometimes,
seconds.
Sometimes it's, you know,
3 seconds. Only one got that was you. 3 seconds. That was just you, bro. You being real selfish.
Okay, 3 minutes
yeah,
then.
sometimes it's the pipe, sometimes it's laying in that wood, but other times, you know, they enjoy that, but they really might enjoy just having
The
somebody
attention.
listen to them. Yeah, the attention. The
Mm-hmm.
attention. If you're not giving your lady attention, somebody is.
Oh, what?
That's multitasking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To get their attention and lick the soul up out of them.
Lick the soul.
Can hear a little too much.
You snitching on yourself?
Let's go ahead.
I thought about somebody else.
Listen,
Oh, okay. Sound like you snitching on yourself to me.
I'm just saying.
it was another
I sent him to
fabulous
Grady.
show. It was another fabulous show, and we'd love for you folks to tune in. Go back and take a look at it. It was just really dynamic dialogue on the subject, and we know you'll enjoy it. Rather than sitting around and watching a Netflix piece or a movie or some game show, put on Bar Talk with Jay and just let it ride with you. You know, ride in the car in the morning with you, maybe in the evenings just before you go to bed.
Yes.
We're having a whole lot of fun. I promise you, we're probably having more fun than most of the other shows you can see anywhere in the universe.
Oh, yes.
This is just real. So check it out. We're on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, iTunes, Spotify, Google
Keep
Podcasts,
going.
Periscope.
That's right.
Meet me,
That's
let
right.
go,
What?
offer up.
Craigslist.
Craigslist.
Craigslist. Black Planet,
Right. Show me.
Backspace, MySpace.
Yeah. We everywhere you want to be.
All day.
If you're looking for Bar Talk, you'll have no problem finding us, I promise you. My favorite porthole is the Facebook because I can go back and watch any of the shows. They're all right there in our stream, so in our thread. So let's move on and cover our quote for tonight so we can actually we are out of time. Right? So yeah, we're gonna cover our quote. There was a lot to cover. I told you that subject stimulates a lot of dialogue.
Oh, yeah, I bet you it would.
Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and give you the subject for tonight, and then we're gonna take our first break, and we'll come back. And at some point throughout the show, I'll make time to put in our quote for the day because it's about trust. Something that seems to be fleeting from our world, trust. And so here is the topic for tonight. Would you get upset or be offended if your significant other gives you advice on how to please them in bed because they feel their sexual needs aren't being met? Would you get upset or offended if your significant other tried to give you sexual advice? Don't nobody else or nothing right now. We're going to go ahead and take this break. This is going to be another great show.
Review.
And I'm going to start it off with a fast track. But y'all enjoy. Stay tuned. We're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay.
We got a special guest.
Yes.
Introduce yourself, how everybody can find you.
This is Johnny Cabell checking in, and you can follow me at Johnny Cabell. That's spelled JohnnieCabell. That is my Facebook, and that is my IG.
All right. Well, tell everybody what you do, man. We want everybody to know. You ain't just a regular guest.
Yeah.
You're a celebrity now.
I have a booking agency and management company. I've been out here for about 20 years now. This is my 20-year anniversary this year.
Congratulations.
And I manage some of the biggest groups. I work with some of the biggest artists. I've done a lot in the business within itself. So, I've definitely been out there. But, I've been behind groups like Crime Mob. That was my first group. D4L, Shorty Low, R.I.P. to my brother. Fabo and Shop Boys and Franchise and Scrappy, Trillville. The whole little West Side, I pretty much had all that sold up. And some of my worked with I partnered with Deborah Atney and worked with Gucci, Walker, OJ the Juice Man, Nicki Minaj, which that was like one of my biggest accomplishments because I took her from zero to like 100,000 within a year and a half, and made a lot of money with Nicki. Made a lot of money with Gucci. Still make money with Gucci. Still make money with Walker, and I still make money with OJ. Actually, OJ is part of this project that drops tonight at midnight that Zaytoven is putting out called Zone Connect, and that come out tonight at midnight with Young Ralph, OJ the Juice Man, and Young LA, which is another artist that I manage now. Young LA. That project job. I also managed a young lady by the name of Light Skin Keisha. She just dropped a project back here on the 12th of February called Talk That Talk, and it's been doing exceptionally well. She's on Love and Hip Hop. It's a lot of other stuff that's coming out that she's a part of. She got two little shows coming out on MTV in April, and then Ghost, which will be out this summer, which is the spinoff of Power. She's on that. And she also got some other roles coming up in some movie that I let her for. So she's just doing a lot. Like she's popping right now. Yeah. So I also work with Cash Doll. I've been working with her for like 4 years.
Okay.
And, I do a lot of booking.
I didn't know I was sitting next to a celebrity.
I did.
Yeah,
I'm trying to. You gotta bring the best in. You gotta bring the best in, baby.
Yeah, man.
And that's just to the top of the service. It's a lot more artists that
Yeah.
I'm behind it, that my hands been in. I can honestly say, like, a lot of people talk about like the Atlanta, and I'm not trying to really call anybody out or start any mess, but
Right.
I'm really like Atlanta. I'm responsible for a lot of artists,
Yeah.
and I'm the reason why a lot of these artists eating. I'm the reason why a lot of them is still alive and able to
Yeah.
be out here doing what they do. I think sometimes the ones that be behind the scene and the ones that's really pushing the buttons and making things happen, they get overlooked a lot. Kind of feel like how Kanye was feeling.
Yeah.
But when he was like, man, y'all ain't acknowledged and gave me my props and flowers yet, and I started to feel like that a couple years ago, but then it just started coming in. I didn't get Living Legend Awards. I didn't get honored for the contribution that I have done in the culture and hip hop. I got all type of awards.
Man,
I'm nominated for a couple of awards and for different shows like the SEA Awards. I know the Atlanta Hip Hop Awards. I got a nomination in that, and it's another one. So it's been coming down, but I still feel like I'm underrated, though.
Yeah, yeah. And
Still
listen,
feel
and it's
I
lonely
feel
at the
like
top.
you good. You
It
good.
is most certainly lonely at the top.
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
one thing I can say, I'm saying the bank account says, all that bank account is
What you say? You good. You good.
Yeah,
You good.
That's the measure. That's a great measure.
It's funny because a lot of people be out here talking and even rapping about lifestyles that they really don't live, but
Yeah.
I've been blessed, and I will say blessed, and I'm thankful and I'm humble, and I think that's why I've been able to make it this far and been in business as long as I've been in business, because a lot of people that I know that started out with me is not doing what they was doing as far as managing or the booking, because they ain't been able to withstand the times. A lot of people don't be blessed to have a successful artist or be blessed to be in a position where you're able to book certain artists and have your business going. But I've been doing this 20 years and been going strong.
That's awesome.
I live better than half of these artists.
Yeah.
I have a mansion.
Yeah.
I have the cars. I
Yeah.
have the jewelry. I have the clothes. All of that.
Yeah.
And I live that lifestyle for real.
Yeah.
They just be talking about it, but I live it for real.
Watch this.
But it's a blessing, though.
Yeah, let's take you to the next level, because there's a lot more to you, obviously, than you're able to share here on the show.
Yeah, you'll be here for 5-6 hours.
Yeah, I like that.
I ain't
though.
gonna lie to you, after the show, you stick
So
around.
what's your vision, man? Where are you going? What difference will you make in the world or with music? What motivates you?
Well, what motivates me is just, being able to educate and change people's lives. What made me get into the business, and actually before I even started, I used to be an artist, and I didn't I ain't had no knowledge of what publishing was. I didn't know what royalties was. I didn't know what none of that. And the label that we was with, they had 100% of everything. We was just happy because we had Versace shirts.
Yeah.
We had money. We were staying in top hotels, and we had girls. I thought that was the life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then somebody started putting me on game, and I started doing that one magic word that we all slack sometimes, and that was read. And doing my homework. And when I started doing it, I was like, what? And I was like, wow. And I actually found my niche being behind the scene, because when I seen the process of how the money be broken down and where it costs, forget me, I'm on the right side of the table. I didn't even behind the scene. And everything just started working out for me, and I said I wanted to educate artists, because a lot of the groups, and I was around in that era when, a lot of these groups was having these deals and getting taken advantage of. And I was seeing groups that, had bad situations. And it still even happened in today's time. Because we don't read, or we don't take the time to say, you know what, let me spend that extra dollar to go get me a good lawyer so they could break this contract down to me so I can know what I'm getting myself into.
Right.
A lot of people just feel like, they just be excited about knowing that they about to get this deal, they got the money, and and they just be in such a rush, and they don't understand that it look good now, but it could cost you.
It could cost you, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Megan Thee Stallion right now is going through a lot.
Yeah.
She making money, but she also losing a lot, but it's
Yeah.
because she didn't have a deal with
Yeah, it worked out.
So that's the change. I just want to make a change. And I like
Yeah,
changing people's lives, like people who
yeah,
hadn't experienced having money or experienced being, you know what I'm saying, successful. I see, I don't smoke.
okay.
So my house, and I don't do no drugs. I will be honest, I did try money one time.
Ah!
You know what I'm
we got
saying?
the truth.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And
Bar talk
And I'm the
with
type
Jay.
of person, I keep it 100. I'm an open book. And I just try to be truthful because none of us is perfect, and nobody wants to be around or just if you're around somebody or you talk to somebody and everything is just good, and they never do, then that's a lie. I'd rather be around somebody that's gonna keep it real and somebody that has went down that road and made a mistake or did it so I could learn from it,
Yeah.
or it could be an experience for somebody else to learn.
Yeah.
But I really don't do no drugs.
Okay.
That's not.
Okay.
But my high is seeing other artists blow up,
Yeah.
get successful. I love making people money.
Yeah.
And I'm good at getting that bag. When I was working with Dale, I used literally, like this, no cap, I would bring this lady sometimes 250,000 cash.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
That's
when
what
she
I'm talking
when
about,
she said
bro.
she needed, they needed like, see, if I get to talking about, you
Yeah,
know, the
yeah.
people out
Listen,
there, when I was
I see
doing
you
like,
passionate. I see you
like
passionate.
you, people will be surprised, but you know, a lot of these artists, you know what I'm saying, that be out there, you got to think it's somebody that was behind them that actually put them in a position to be able to do what they do
Mhm.
and have what they have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we see the artists, and of course they on the forefront, so they get the glam, the
Yeah.
glory,
Mhm.
the fame, and all that.
Yeah.
But
There's somebody driving.
but
it.
it's somebody driving that
Somebody
boat.
driving.
You know
it.
what
I
I'm
always
saying?
say one of the most underrated qualities of success is leadership. That behind every successful person there was somebody
Exactly.
driving them. you know?
Exactly.
Every single one of them. And sometimes it could have been mama and the brother and sister, but usually it was a coach
Yeah.
or it was a trainer or it was somebody, you know, who could understand their vision and was pushing them to get there. you
Yeah.
know? So that's super powerful, man. Super powerful. We are so glad to have you on our show.
I'm glad to
man.
be. I'm glad to be here.
It's a privilege. It's
It was a
privilege.
ride too. I was like, man, I thought I was going out.
you know I'm in the
out of
mood.
time.
You
You
got
know I'm
time.
in a bonus. I can't have nobody come out borrowing no sugar. I'm just telling you that right now. You gotta come a long way to get some bread over
It's out
here.
here. It's out here.
But Kraft, ask my man the question of the day.
Okay.
Because
what's the question
he's an
for the
artist.
day?
Question
He's
for
an
the day.
artist. I know he had to deal with this.
Goes like this. Would you get upset or be offended if your significant other gives you advice on how to please them in bed because they feel their sexual needs aren't being met?
Yeah, I'd be upset. I'd be let me tell
Hey,
you why I would be-
he ain't hold back at all.
I'll tell you why I'd be upset, because if I didn't know before going in, there's something wrong. You know, I just feel like, you know, when you with your mate, you should know what they like, how they like it, just like she should know
Okay.
how you like it, what you like and everything.
Okay.
So if you got to tell me, then somebody doing something wrong. That's just my opinion.
That's a great perspective. That's a
Oh,
great,
yeah, that's just
a
true.
great perspective.
That's just breaking down the truth.
That's, you know,
Yeah, I told
but
you.
there's nothing wrong with good leadership.
No.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? There's nothing wrong with her saying,
Better than just leaving your
don't
ass.
stop, or a little faster, or a little harder, or whatever.
I mean, oh no, you got military right there.
Like
That's
me.
lower down.
Yeah.
I don't need direction. Is it a GPS?
What you think? What you think?
For me, I would not get upset at all. I would not get upset at all. She, only way I would get upset is if she trying to tell me what to do and I can't get the job done. But, you know, that hasn't happened very much in my life. I've taken lots of feedback and, you know, I don't hear too much bullshit going on in the equation, you know. So I'm open though. But here's where a woman has introduced something new. The toy. You know, when the toy first came out, you know what I mean, in my world, when it was first introduced, I kind of already knew how to deal with it. For some reason, I don't know. Maybe I wasn't jealous of the toy by any means. I didn't get mad. that she,
Why would
you know, she went to YouTube.
That's work.
But there's a lot of people who do. A lot of people be like, hey, you know what I'm saying? No, you know, I don't want that around. I don't want that in the bedroom. I don't want you doing that.
I feel the more the merrier.
But
The more the merrier. But see, what people don't know is that
Let's have some fun.
Listen, the reality is that if she do her own thing and get it right, you get all the credit.
Yeah.
You
she ain't
know?
went nowhere else.
Yeah, you get all the credit. But I wouldn't get upset about constructive feedback. I'd get upset if it came out with like, yeah, my husband next to shop.
Oh hell yeah!
If she's saying out in the street somewhere. But otherwise, I'd love to hear that from my special mate. They give me something to work toward. You know what I mean? I'm not bashful by any means. I'm a big boy. So
I'm gonna say just like my man, and that's just the piggyback. Yeah, I'm gonna somewhat be offended.
You gonna be offended, Jay?
I'm gonna be somewhat offended.
Really?
How it's being presented. I mean, if she's just talking about doing something, oh no, we down with something different, freaky. But man, that my last one. See, I don't like it when they bring up somebody else. That's where offense and that's it.
Problem,
You know what I'm saying? That's where you always, to me, is presenting a change.
Yeah.
The worst way to present it is mentioning someone else. If you tell me you and you tell me it's something you want to do, it's between me and you. I'm good with that. I'm not offended at all.
Yeah.
But you tell me my ex
That's
went.
the topic, though.
I understand, but I'm just saying. Offense about teaching me something different now. Did I ask you all that?
We gotta take a break.
We're gonna take a break and we're gonna go inside the head now.
Yeah.
But again, you gotta decide how you present the change.
Right.
That's the number one thing that can get a little bit of offense going. But my whole thing is, if you want to try something different, I'm open.
Right.
From toys to, I ain't with the whips, and they got handcuffs on the table. She can handcuff her. You ain't handcuff me because you might do something I ain't with. So at the certain time, whatever, man. You said whatever. Hey, this is the ATL. I ain't get my ass whipped.
Hold that thought, folks. It's time for us to take another break. Y'all stay tuned. We're gonna be right back. More Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome back to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome back.
Man, I don't know what to say. It's about to be on the popping tonight.
It's about to be on.
I don't know how y'all really feel about this subject. And again, we're going to have a debate tonight. And the debate is on how it's being presented and what we can do to enhance it. So again, up front, we already know what's going on in the world. So one of the things I want to make sure we all know, the coronavirus is very serious. So I got to mention it every segment. Because again, I'm concerned about everybody's health. So again, washing your hands, using disinfectant from aerosol sprays to gloves, the condoms is again, a lack of what's going on in the world before all this is one of the things we want to make sure we continue trying to cover ourselves to make sure we can stay as healthy as possible. Because again, that's the only way we can get past this. It takes everybody to come together. And that's what I really care for.
Yeah.
Now, the subject tonight might not seem to match, but it does. Because again, pleasing somebody and having an understanding of why two people are mad because of a conversation, I want to embrace. So tonight is about embracing the unknown to make it comfortable where you're not fighting. You understand?
Okay, so let me just go on kick it off by saying.
What you got?
I'm gonna have to disagree with Jay.
Okay, well, disagree with me.
Go ahead.
What Kraft? I'm gonna be on your side tonight
All right,
Okay.
go ahead.
because the way the way I see it
Uh-huh.
is it's real simple.
Mm-hmm.
Why get offended when your significant other is trying to teach you how to please her, and vice versa?
Right.
It's an open door of communication.
Okay.
But you don't feel like a man should already know how to please a lady. And when I say that, I just mean like, by me being a man and already having experience being with, multiple women.
I mean, y'all
You act like you ain't want to say it, but
It's all like
you act like you ain't want to say it.
But it just seems like by the time you get with that one person that you with, you should already know what that woman going.
Yeah, but the thing
Go
is,
ahead.
it's like if she wants you to take her to the next level and you're not getting there, and she wants to openly communicate that to you, why get offended? It's just like you trying to teach her how you want her to give you fellatio.
Mhm.
So you coaching her, slow down.
Yeah.
Slow down. Okay, now speed up. Okay, let me get a little saliva on.
Stick that tongue back there,
You know what I'm
what?
saying? Okay, deep throat. Okay, so you teaching her, so why you can't take the same criticism that she giving you?
Now that way you got a point.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
You got a point. You got a point.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Because here's the thing.
I want to
Go ahead.
I want to fight him.
Go ahead.
Now, I told him before, if she's bringing it the way you're saying, I don't have the problem. And I think you know that. Where the problem can be is the communication that you're saying is not always being given. You can also be giving it to in a negative, derogatory way. Where instead of us communicating, wait a minute, you gotta, you again, offense is presentation, my brother.
True.
So you said it in a way where it's just teaching and she don't feel bad. But if a person talk to you downly and talk to you like you dirt and telling you things of what somebody else did to them, it might make you feel a whole lot different when you hear another name.
Yeah, that's totally different.
But you're saying totally different. But bottom line, it is in a dialogue.
Well,
Would
true.
be said, because again, I want to get that away from it, because if you tell me about you and how to please you, it's about me and you.
Yeah.
But if you mention somebody else, you just change the whole
Yeah, the
thing.
whole
Well, you don't, we good then.
Yeah.
You can't go back to them.
But listen. See, a woman, rightly so, has a lot of erogenous zones.
Oh yeah.
And we as men, we are deep thinkers when it comes to that program.
Just on
Right.
it.
We are not deep thinkers when it comes to that. We don't know
8,000
how
women.
we don't know how that touch might make her feel, and that's the objective, is what we can do to make her feel good. And in my mind, when her explosion is in the game, everything is lovely,
Yes.
right? And so we should be reaching for more of those erogenous zones, and she might be willing to tell you a few of them. And if you get offended, you have just basically cut off any more progress in that area.
That's true.
You
but
you gotta maintain your composure, even if you're like, what the fuck you talking about? What you mean? But receive it, because it's still going to be. If she's willing to share it with you, as long as she's not coming across the wrong way, then she's really taking a chance herself. Don't let her be out there by herself. If she opens that door, you gotta allow her to have that moment and express herself.
But that's why, and just to be devil advocate on that, that's why I just say, how can I put it without it coming out the wrong way? Or
Go ahead,
sounding
this
biased?
This is
part
Bar
talking.
Talk.
Jay,
You know,
Just say it.
Yeah, this is
I mean, when you're a man and you've been on top of your game and you just know, it's like certain things you just know what's gonna make that woman
It's not
feel
saying-
good, and what areas she gonna like, that's gonna take her there. Because if you take from the experiences that you have had with each woman that you've been with, by the time you get to a certain level, you supposed to you just know. Every woman is different, but you just
supposed
know.
to.
Yeah.
You supposed to know.
You-
A
you
real man
supposed
gonna know.
And listen.
Not
I'm gonna tell
necessarily.
you. Let me tell you an experience I had. Right. I'm gonna put myself out there a little
Oh, he's snitching the noise.
Okay,
bit.
69. Go ahead, Josh.
After a recent breakup, divorce, right? That I'm at a comedy club one night. I meet a young lady. We chop it up. 2 nights later, we in Applebee's. I'm getting ready to kiss her goodbye. She was like, "Why don't you come to the crib?" I'm like, "Cool." We finished drinking there. I got there. I was doing Michael Jackson, all kind of shit that night. It was a great night, right?
Cool.
And so when it came time for the sex,
Hold on. Did you say Michael?
yeah, she loved
Hold on,
Michael
Dad,
Jackson.
whoa,
She
whoa.
loved beating.
Oh, you was dancing.
I was in her.
You
I
was
was in-
dancing?
I was in her zone. Yeah, we was
You-
dancing at her crib.
Oh,
You was beating.
y'all was
Man,
dancing.
y'all so shit.
Oh,
Y'all
okay.
so-
I'm just making sure y'all was dancing.
Y'all
Like
even
you
know
know.
how to
Beat
do
it. Beat it. I'm just saying.
Okay,
Can we
Mr.
stay on the subject,
Chippendale.
Ben?
Okay.
Okay, Mr.
We on the
Chippendale.
subject. Mr. Michael, MJ.
So we got ready to get it in, right?
Got that one glove.
And my ex used to like it
With the
fast
spark.
and strong, right? But this young lady didn't like it fast and strong. Now I, please my ex, right? I pleased her in and out, up and down for years, right? But this particular woman liked it slow. She liked it slow and cuddle like. I don't know if that's because that was what she did with her husband or whatever, but it wasn't good for her and it wasn't good for me. Now this is just, a smash, right? So I'm not comparing it to a relationship, but you can miss the mark in many ways, especially when you try to cross-pollinate ideas from one woman to another. Because there's some women who don't necessarily, get off the greatest doggy style. There's some women who don't like it hard and fast. There's some women who don't like you calling them names. There's some women who don't like you, And so you got to find that mix with her. And, my notion is always start off slow and then speed up. And she'll tell me when to stop.
But if you pay attention when you're in the process of, making out and doing what you do, you gotta be a quick learner. You gotta be, someone that's getting it on the spot, because when you hitting certain areas and you doing something like you'll know by the female feeling and emotion, you'll know when you giving her that right feeling, or you hitting the right spot, or you doing the right thing, and you just adjust as you go. So that's why I just feel like
Let me ask you this. So you've been in a long-term relationship?
Okay, that's a Jeopardy question.
I have been.
Okay. I'm just trying to inquire about how the relationship developed. That over time there were probably things that you wanted that maybe you saw, you saw from other areas of life or in porn or whatever. But she wasn't trying to do that. She didn't really like that. So now you got to give us some feedback. Like,
I was in a situation like that before, and I just had to tell her, like, look, if this is gonna hurt like this how I like it, point blank. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just had to lay it down. Like, if you can't do that, then there ain't no reason for us even going there, because I'm not gonna get what I need, and you ain't gonna get what you need. Now, it's very rare that I came across that, but it has been situations, where that have came about, and I be like, man, I just leave it alone.
So watch this. Now, we done had this conversation many times. So what you basically saying is, if the sex ain't satisfied, she can't even be in your camp at all.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
She can't be. She can't be. Because
a sweet woman.
no, and I don't care how sweet, what's going on. If the sex is not right, because I'm a cheat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have somebody else that's gonna be satisfied or giving me what you're not giving me.
Right.
What she's not giving me. So if she's not satifying me, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
No.
It ain't even no
Now
questions
listen,
about
now
it.
listen.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
I gotta go back to you.
Go ahead.
On yours.
What?
I have to defend you on yours.
Yeah.
When you went in with her,
Yeah.
you was dancing to Michael Jackson. That's why your ass beat it. You gonna go fast, dog. Listen to what you was doing. You on MJ, bro. On Beat It. Why would you go slow? So think about it. I think sometimes the mood, and just the experiences put sometimes you in the wrong place. And that's just why I'm trying to defend you a little bit, because again, you don't want to say that you was in there beating it. You said you went fast. My whole thing is, but you was dancing, bro. You was breaking it down on her. You know what I'm saying? Then when it's time, you couldn't slow it up. I mean, you started fast, you gonna end fast. It is what it is. So again,
I'm a master at my craft.
and there you go. You overmastered.
But I'm not too prideful to believe that I know everything about a woman's body.
And you know something? That's why I love this show, because this is what we need to get to. Everybody's different, and we all make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we shouldn't get offended.
Yeah.
And mistakes happen, but great things come from mistakes.
Yeah.
Success comes from mistakes.
Yeah.
I promise you.
Yeah.
But if you can understand a person and you can help them along, because again, I like to say everything is a learning stage.
Yes, sir.
But as long as you stay respectful, I can deal with it. But the disrespect turns people off in a way.
Yeah.
And that's what I don't want. I want people to be more understanding and, hey, I ain't never did that before, but I try it. I had somebody say something to me that was so crazy. They wasn't down for something, and they said, right about now, you can try it. You probably won't go long. And it was profound. Okay. Because they're open for something new, even though it's something they probably would have never tried. You have to make a person comfortable to do that.
You got to make a person comfortable to do that. And I think that's a very good point to make
Karen
in this show. How you communicate that message
Yeah.
is the key to the whole equation, right? If you don't deliver that message properly, you are really going to miss the mark,
Yes.
right? And you're going to miss it in a big way to the point that you're probably going to blow the mood.
Or blow the stack.
Yeah.
Blow the wad.
Yeah. So, you know, fellas, and I've heard this from women a lot in my life.
Okay,
That men that just rush through that thing. They really just kind of get in and get out sometime, and they
3
don't
minutes.
put no touch time. You know,
3
they
minutes.
don't
I'm
want.
nervous. I don't
Yeah,
know.
like-
I think that all depends on how the woman set the mood for the man.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, let's go there.
You know, because if you giving out the right, you know, emotions and you know the expression,
Chemistry.
the
Emotion
chemistry,
during dating.
you know, then it lets you know how much you want to get involved or what type of reaction you want to give to that lady.
So now you introduced emotions here. I just
Right.
want to kind of tackle that a little bit. That you know, if you got emotions involved, you can slow it down.
Exactly.
You can make love to her. You can make love to somebody you really like
yeah,
or
you
you
could,
love.
you could
You can
really
stroke
get
anybody.
into
They
it.
don't make a difference.
But you can really get into it because if a female, if she just like, you know, just being there, laying there, it's no kind of reaction, nothing, then you like, man, let me just do what I got to do. I get up and go.
Right.
But if a
Chemistry
woman
is everything.
giving you that chemistry, like he said in bed, if you getting that chemistry, then it's gonna make me want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna want to rub your head and kiss on you on top of your head.
Yeah.
You know, you gonna want to do all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
You gonna
Pull
want
your
to
head,
give
call
her
you
that.
Nick.
And she just might be like, honey, I want you to suck on my big toe.
I'm not sucking that tongue.
You trying to get the carnivore? You trying to get that virus?
Test out the Bronco thing.
I ain't sucking no tongue.
No, you just.
I'll go somewhere else, but I ain't sucking no tongue.
That's how she just might introduce it, right in the heat of the moment. Daddy, suck my toe. She just put her feet in your face, and you be like, hey, what you doing?
Yeah, you right. With all we got going on right here, you had to put that foot down. that was for the ground.
I mean, I met several women in the last, while who just love feet stuff. I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay.
I can't get into feet
I got
either.
something
I
for
rub
you.
the pinky toe too.
Yeah,
I got something
That's
for
it, though.
I got something for her
Pinky toe.
toes.
Yeah.
I got something for
I
her.
rub the pinky toe.
yeah, and
That's about it though.
don't know about rubbing.
I tried it one time, and I just couldn't tell if I was making any progress.
Suck some tongue?
Hey,
Yeah.
I ain't sucking no toes, but I rubbed some feet.
I thought
Oh
you
hell
did.
no, crap.
No, I didn't
No,
suck
you
no
ain't going.
I think you sucked some tongue.
Yeah,
I think
no.
you had a toe
You
jam.
real offended?
You had a toe sandwich.
Yeah.
You had a toe
You had that
jam.
toe jam.
I promise you, I didn't suck no toe. I kissed around it though.
If you kissed around it, you sucked
Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah. Did she have a bunion?
You
Sat
just
back
snitched
there, had a
on
little
yourself.
planet. Had a planet on that foot.
You just snitched on yourself.
Yeah.
I don't eat coochie, but I kiss around it. Yeah.
Yeah, you ate the coochie. You ate the coochie. You kissed around, you ate it.
Coochie and toes are two totally different things.
Yeah, you suck both. You know you was down there, right? Yeah, am I doing it right? I mean, when you got up with that toe jam on you, you already do it.
I see you went with the wrong
I'm just
women.
saying, if your feet crusty,
Women are way better than men. There's a lot of women who don't do a great job of taking care of their feet. But for the most part, women do a pretty damn good job. If
I
they
think
try
as a
hard as
man,
they
I do a
can.
damn good job
You
keeping
know,
my feet right.
it's the men.
I don't want nobody sucking.
Yeah, I know you don't.
I don't want, hey, you talking about you want me to suck your toes? I got something else you can do. You gotta go down there. Yeah, you all at the bottom, folks. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, this could very well be one of those things that your spouse could be asking you for. And again, it's come up in in dating scenarios with me, so I know it has had to come up in other people's lives and relationships. So did I get offended? No, I didn't get offended. I just kind of played it off. And like I said, I tried to massage the foot. I was like, if I massage the foot right, I should see some hips grinding. But I didn't see the hips grinding, so I just turned away from it.
Because you was rubbing her calluses. feet together, start a forest fire. you gotta
She did have,
understand.
she had beautiful feet.
Yeah, see, that's
Nothing
good.
like
That's
that.
good. Cause I see
Yeah.
some feet that
Yeah.
undesirable. I don't know them shoes right. You squeeze them piglets
Yeah.
too long.
Yeah.
So-
So listen, there does come a time in a relationship, especially a ongoing relationship, where the sex kind of gets mundane. And mundane isn't necessarily boring, but it be mundane. And so everybody ultimately is interested in something a little bit more. They're interested in a little more head. They're interested in a little more doggy style. They're interested in a little more longer sex. They're interested in a little more foreplay. Everybody's got a need, and we have to welcome those ideas into our relationship. Otherwise, we're not going to break the stagnation. Right?
3 minutes.
Yeah. 3 minutes. She got her toy on in the living room.
Hey, we good with the toy. That prolonged the 3 minutes.
You just
ain't no prolonged. She finishing her.
She didn't even get started.
Yeah.
She didn't even get her breathing technique
Look,
going
If
good.
them batteries better not ever go dead, food
It's
was
the
crying.
things that Bob can't do that I can do.
Oh, really?
Bob.
In
Yeah.
3 minutes.
Yeah, Bob, the battery operated boyfriend.
Yeah.
That Bob.
Yeah.
You got Bob in all your relationships. 3
I can do
minutes.
things Bob can't do.
You probably
Not
can.
3 minutes you can't.
But Bob is
Yes,
very
I can.
consistent.
I am too with the 3 minutes.
He hits the switch every time.
I do too. 3 minutes, that's all it takes. Heavyweight fight.
Every single time. So, listen, it's time for us to take another break. I'm loving this dialogue. It's going all over the place. But our spouses just, or significant others, or even someone dating, just might ask us for something unique. And do you get upset or not? That's what we're talking about here tonight. Y'all stay tuned. We're going to be right back with more Bar Talk with Jay.
All right. We back with Bar Talk with Jay. One of the things we want to say is when we come back again, the coronavirus is serious. One of the things you see on display is different things that we need to make sure we're doing. Hand sanitizer, disinfectant, get your sprays, make sure you got your gloves. One of the most important things is making sure you're aware of everything that goes on. We don't want nobody to get caught off guard. They got school closings now. We want to make sure we're proactive. Again, our show tonight is about different things that goes on in your life, things that's privately in your bedroom. But besides that, I want to make sure everybody stay healthy and stay right because we have an attack upon us, and I want to make sure we're mindful of what's going on. Again, the public announcements is out there, and I like to say part of our show, we care. So I made sure everybody wash hands. I know somebody just walked in here. I'm gonna get in a second. We're gonna make sure them hands is right. We're gonna try to make sure everybody stay safe. So let's get back to what we've been talking about tonight. And one of the things I want to say is I think everybody has a great point. And one of the things I want to make sure we have a debate tonight. It's not about an argument. I feel like when this topic came up, they was arguing about why is it not good for couples to bring up different things, okay? My whole thing is I don't care for the argument, I like for the understanding.
Right.
And that's why he said best. I know some things and I would feel somewhat offended, but if these things ain't reciprocated, then again, your teachings can be off. Because again, what you did for one might not work good for the other.
Right.
We know enough that we can sense. And that's what I want to make sure that we were talking about. Because sometimes you just ain't vibing with the person you with. You smashing and you ain't really trying to. So my whole thing is don't waste your time. You know, and that's what happens a lot in these times where things is just being done. Don't waste your time. Everybody has a temple. And I want you to take care of it. And if you would vibing with somebody and that's what it is, then you should vibe and these things should be talked about. But if you just smashing, I promise you, you ain't caring. And a lot of things go down when you don't care
Right.
that you ain't gonna speak on because you know you ain't gonna be with her again.
Right.
So the bottom line is it don't matter what she say because she ain't mean nothing. Well, my whole thing is don't waste good talent on wasteless time. And I know you know about that, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
Bad talent on wasted time. But if it's a business, just understand, I'm not gonna make nothing from it. And then again, all actions that has nothing from it, that's your wasted fruit. When you have talent and you know you can make great things happen, watch what all you do, because you giving it to people that ain't even understanding you. It could sway them for greatness if that's what you're trying to do. Half the time you're not. So again, it's just like putting on a rubber glove. Ain't gonna mean nothing. What you putting it on for? You put yours on to imitate Michael Jackson so I can have a good time. And it stimulated the mood, okay?
How you bringing up my
I'm just saying, because you said you was doing the beat. You said that wasn't me. You said you was doing it, and I thought that was nice.
I was trying
I
to
thought
get
that, no,
you
no.
a picture of the
Bro,
evening,
I
and
thought you did a
that's what
great
she-
thing.
That's what she was into.
Bro,
you know
you
what I'm saying?
and
So I just-
you listened to her. And you did it. That's, I'm telling you, I'm complimenting you. I'm not against you. Because again, for you to know she like Michael and for you to do Michael move, because you said what you want. Michael one
we
of the
was
best.
both in the floor doing Michael.
What?
Moves, man.
You come on.
Yeah.
Man, let me tell you, I had penny loafers
Just dance.
because of Michael. I had Michael Jackson jacket. Don't ever take away from a person.
came out, hit him with the spot.
I love. Oh, yo, hold on, right here, hey, sweetie, right here. There you go. Hold on.
We got an audience, man.
I know we got an audience, but you know, we trying to stay.
She already got
Okay,
it.
all right, we'll make sure now. We'll make sure. Anyway, you did that because, and that's one of the things I'll tell you when it comes to a relationship. Are you listening? Are you, stop being just about you. Are you taking the time to hear what a person is saying? Because when you do that, you can start a connection. And I like to say a connection should always be there because regardless of smash, friendship, or anything, it starts with a connection because mental is stronger than some of the physical. And what you did with the dancing alone.
Why you keep bringing it up, man?
No, because you think that's a bad thing. I think it's a great thing. I love the fact that you listened and you gave her that entertainment.
He learned.
I
It was
promise
a
you.
lesson learned.
She automatically gravitated to a person that can show her some things that she thought. I'm telling you, that was marvelous. I've done some similar things. I haven't had nobody just ask me, but dancing and doing some different things stimulated the whole mood.
Stimulate the night.
And I'm telling you, you had a great night, even because you stimulated her first with her mind.
Yeah.
You listened to her and you did.
Moonwalk.
That's what I'm talking about. Doing different things, stimulate the mind on the upfront. I'm not against you. I'm with you.
We've had a show about this. Let me ask you, fellas, how do you feel about aggressive women
Love 'em.
in bed?
Oh, my bad. Sorry. Whoops.
I don't like it when they too aggressive, cause that'd be scaring me. I'm like, what the hell?
Nah, I'm only scared if they come in there with chains and whips.
3 minutes. Aggressive.
I don't care about no
Love
3 minutes of aggressive period. I don't need no whips. I don't need no handcuffs. And you better not put no strap on talking about 3 minutes of anything like Phil talking.
Hold on.
I'm in ATL.
It's handcuffs on the 17, right?
That's your handcuffs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You put your
That's one
stuff
thing
in that
I
slapstick.
never did handcuffs. I'm scared. Y'all put some handcuffs, I ain't no telling what she gonna do, what she trying to. Nah, don't put no handcuffs on me.
Yeah,
Nah.
yeah.
I ain't with that.
I ain't trying to be tied up. I'll be play tied
Handcuffs are
up.
interesting.
Tie my arms up with some toilet paper.
Yeah. Because when you do too much and you touch something, it's breaking. I'm Hulk Hogan. I'm breaking loose.
Listen, I don't need the word peaches and strawberry. I would get the shit out of myself. I want to break out. You know what I'm saying? It might make me feel like King Kong when I break out of there. So you might get it extra. You don't talk it down too much.
But yeah, you talk it out too, and you ain't gonna get nothing.
Yeah, men typically are a little insecure about aggressive women in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Right?
I am.
And are you insecure? Not insecure, I won't say it that way, but women, a strong woman is a beast.
Right.
Right? Like a real strong woman, especially if she classy and educated, you know what I'm saying? She hard to deal with, you know what I mean? Not in a bad way, but she'll have you thinking about, who you are. She'll have you wondering like you're on the right direction, you know what I'm saying? I've had a few women, I'm like, hey, this is too much woman for me. I gotta go.
Shit me.
I might need to date
Tap
right
me
or something,
in. Tap me in, my brother. Tap me in.
Hey,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I don't do all that aggression, you know.
I'm with it.
I like to be in control.
I'm gonna get
I ain't gonna raise no
control.
hell.
I like to be
I'm
in
ready
control.
to- hey,
we can
I like
share,
to
we
be
can
in
switch.
control.
You like to be in control.
I like to be in control.
I'm gonna get the
Yeah.
control because see, she can be aggressive. Don't get me wrong. That's her demeanor. Alpha females normally like that. So I'm an alpha male. So when I see somebody that's aggressive, I meet aggressive with aggression.
Okay.
So
Yes,
when, I,
sir.
when,
Yes,
when, when
sir.
she's
Yeah.
showing me
Yeah.
that you know I got this, my job is to show her I got that too.
Yeah.
So when we meet
Yes,
that,
sir.
or we're complimenting each other.
Yeah.
But a lot of times people feel like, nah, you know, I honor a person that know what she wants.
You gonna
she
take the
bring
bull
it.
head on.
Shit, that all day long because she ain't playing.
Yeah,
At that point,
Yeah.
oh, we right
And
there.
listen, if you've ever
I'm driven by
had relations or sex with an aggressive woman, that she kind of likes to be in control,
Whatever.
right? She, you know, she might want to, she'll turn you over.
Oh,
And say,
see,
hold
hold
on.
on. I know what you was with.
She gonna be like, okay, enough of
Cut
this.
time.
I'm getting on top. I want to get
Flag
on
on
top.
the play. Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
Violation.
Flag
Violation.
on the damn play.
Flag.
Yeah, flag on the
Yeah,
play.
yeah.
Cause you ain't turning me over. That's not gonna happen.
Okay, well, okay.
No,
Yeah, there's a certain way you can never turn me over. But why you go there, man? I'm just talking about you on top and she want
You said
you
it.
on top and she want to be on
You-
top. Now,
you
you
said
got a
it.
perverted mind,
No,
man.
you
Your
said
mind
it.
go to some
You
dark
said
places.
her turn me over. No flag on the play. We ain't doing that. Now, if she say, baby, give it to me, I want to ride, that's something totally different.
Yeah,
but that's
But
what
you
I'm
You
saying.
get on
said,
top, but when you
you,
say
you
turn
said
over,
turn me over. No, we ain't doing
You
that.
ain't gonna let us spank you a
No,
little
no,
bit,
no,
man?
no.
Get it, man.
flag on the play.
Foul,
You don't want her to
foul,
touch the tank.
foul, foul. Flag on the play.
Hold on.
That's a technical. You out the game.
Hold on.
Yes, that's it, ejection.
Hold on.
Okay.
Phil. It's only 3 minutes, man. So, yeah, turn you over. It ain't gonna last long.
Look, in 1.5 minutes, she talking about, let me turn you over. No, you get ejected out the game.
Oh yeah. But listen,
You in the penalty box.
yeah,
We playing hockey. You in the penalty
if
box.
she turn you over in 1.5 minutes, she watching the clock. You know, she like, I ain't got
You
but
in the
another
penalty
minute.
box.
And I'm gonna give you 2 good ones.
You in the penalty box. We playing hockey. Where's legal fight?
She said, I'm gonna make you
Penalty
squeal.
box.
She said, if it's only 3 minutes, 2 of them gonna be about you.
You in the penalty box.
It's gonna change your whole world.
Phil, I'm trying to figure out. Phil, I got a question for you.
What
Go
up?
ahead.
I got a question for you, Phil.
What up, bro?
How do you get everything done in 3 minutes?
It's a skill, my brother.
Boy, that's some.
It's a skill.
I ain't gonna lie, 'cause I've been
That
thinking
is
about
a
that
heavy
all
weight.
night since I've been here. I'm thinking Drake get this, and I'm wondering how the hell you get everything done in 3 minutes?
Oh, it's aggressive. You can come on. You can get these 3 minutes.
Whoa.
1, 2, 3, count.
can't.
I'm telling you, the best 3 minutes in your life. Yeah, that's how your mouth open. You see how it is?
I ain't lived very long, so.
Whoa.
You can't get anything in 3 minutes.
Nah, I'm just getting started in 3 minutes. I'm gonna be honest
3
with you.
minutes, that's all you need.
Yeah.
I need more than 3 minutes. I'm sorry, I need more than
Ding,
3.
ding, ding,
Thank
ding,
you
ding.
very
I
much.
need more than
Johnny.
3.
Yeah, what kind of time frame you like, man? You know, they be messing with me around here. What your time frame look like, man?
I
3
need
minutes.
30 minutes to 45.
Okay.
Okay, Harlem Nights.
Okay.
I need 30 minutes to 45 in
Okay,
this.
Harlem
And
Nights.
then take a snack and get another 30, 45.
I don't know about another. That's what I might be. I might be thinking, Phil, oh, I'm gonna get that 3 minutes out. I gotta get that good one in there. At first, we gotta go a good one. You gotta give me a good 35, 45, and then we can go down. We can break it on
Go ahead,
down.
Phil.
This is what y'all fail to realize. Women talking about, let's make love all night long.
Right.
And we say, I attempt, how about we make love 30, 45 minutes, and then we fall into deep coma like sleep. That's what we gonna do.
And then wake up.
Wake up.
No,
and
no,
get
no,
down.
yeah, wake
That's
up.
what I'm talking
No,
about.
deep coma like sleep. That means we ain't waking up.
And that's why you the 3-minute brother.
Exactly. And look, I got a shirt and I wear it proud.
And he does have a shirt.
Hey, you be on the bottom.
Oh my
No.
goodness. So well, we don't, I think Phil is an attention getter. I really don't think you can get much done in 3
Right.
minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Phil,
Not unless you ain't had none in about 15 years. You know what I'm saying? That might do it. You know what I'm saying?
That is
But
a
you at least-
heavyweight
Well, let me
fight.
ask you this, Phil. Let me
What
ask
you
you
say,
this.
Phil?
Yeah, I told you that's one round of a heavyweight fight.
Okay, you think you ain't been knocked out in that first round?
Oh my.
Everybody ain't Tyson no more.
You know
You kinda look like
been knocked
Tyson.
out in that first round.
I'm trying to fight like Mayweather. I'm going to hold 12.
Right. That's too much. I'm winded.
12 and some, my brother. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Look,
You just can't get enough. It just
we not
it
doing
really ain't enough. There ain't no
17
such
rounds
thing
back
as
in the
enough.
day. All we need is one good one.
Yeah.
3 minutes. Knock out. Bye.
Yeah. And listen, I had a partner I was telling about the 3-minute program.
Yes, sir.
And he said, show me that fella's girlfriend and I promise you I can take her.
Oh.
That could be a possibility, but guess what? She ain't mine.
Oh,
Yeah, in 3 minutes he ain't on it much. You know, he don't keep him long. You know, he pick him up over there at racetrack. He catch him with that police gas. They be like, he said, I can give it to you fast as you can fill your car up. He be a QT.
Hey, get it out.
He be like, he said, I got that real gas. I got that gas.
In and out. That's
I got that stuff that keep you
it's all
burning.
about. In and out.
Oh my God. Listen,
He got that unleaded.
I sure feel sorry for your wife. I know your wife got a box full of toys somewhere in the corner somewhere.
Nope.
Yeah.
All I need is 3.
Okay.
3.
I got a shirt.
Excuse me.
About to get a jogging suit made.
I'm just getting choked up in here tonight. Why don't we go ahead and
He wearing that proudly by himself.
yeah, why don't we go ahead and take us another break and we gonna come back.
And coronavirus is definitely serious. One of the things I want to do on every break coming back is talk about something that's plaguing the world right now. Make sure y'all use hand sanitizers. Make sure y'all covering up. Make sure y'all are doing everything that y'all can because again, we got schools closing. It is serious, and again, my show is about caring. I care enough to make sure we all stay safe. Again, our topic is a little bit off center of being safe, but the bottom line, I still care. So if I'm able to tell you on the upfront, make sure you are doing everything that you can, because some things you can't change. And right now, and this is just statistics, it's not me. 30 million people have been diagnosed with AIDS throughout the United States. And you got a serious germ that can take you out right now. Okay, so when I hear about mass death and everybody saying, well, it's just 80, people's 80 years old and all this, I really don't think y'all getting the grasp of what's really going on, okay? Because if you got a germ that's that powerful right now and you have AIDS or HIV or immune deficiency or you have cancer, you're going through chemo, okay, these things can affect you very quickly. And that's what's going to really take you out. And I want to make sure we are all aware of what goes on. That's why they're making closings of major things. But no one really want to talk about the bigger things. They just want to talk about what's comfortable. My whole thing is I care enough to talk about the real. That's why you see condoms up here, because AIDS is still being spread. You talk about covering your mouth, and there's other things that ain't being covered, and that's why things are still being spread. I want to make sure we are staying safe all the way around, okay? This is one of those times, let's take it more serious than playing around with a situation that I think is just word and games,
Right.
and then you starting to feel comfortable when you shouldn't be. This is a serious thing that can take a lot of lives, and I want everybody to survive. That's why I asked you to pray over it, because I don't want to play over it.
Well, I needed to cure real quick, cause it's really affecting, you know what I'm saying, my business. A lot of people businesses out here. Today has been one of them days that I've just been like, whoa. I had 3 shows for this weekend. All of them got canceled. I had 3 deposits that's supposed to been coming in. All of them been postponed because they don't know when everything is going to be right for people to actually do things. I had some festivals that has been rescheduled. I just been catching it all day. And it really got me kind of nervous, like, man, like, what is really about to happen?
What's really
it's
going
how I
on?
eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is one of those situations where I don't know, something has come upon us and we don't know what it is, and it's beginning to take lives, and it's getting closer and closer and closer. You know, we thought it was a week or 2 or 3 ago, we thought it was over across the water, Japan, China, wherever it was. All of a sudden, many states in the United States have a state of emergency going on.
Cause and effect. We're about to hit a recession here shortly.
Are you proposing a scandal of some sort? Or
No, I'm just saying,
what are you
with
saying?
the way everything is rolling, okay, you have the NBA, you have mass school closing, you have daycare closing, right?
Wall
People
Street.
aren't going to work.
Wall Street.
So how do you not foresee a recession coming in the near future?
Wall Street.
Well, I think if it lasts, it's most certainly going to do that. I'm hoping that they're making a huge step when, just to be extremely precautious. I hope that this step isn't one that says it's already out of control or something else is happening. My hope is that they're making 10 steps so they can backtrack and make sure that they get everything. And
That's not
No.
that's not what's really being
That's not
shown
the
right
case.
now. They're predicting mass fallout. So if they're predicting it already, then they already know.
You already see the mass fallout.
So if you see it, my whole thing is to get yourself prepared for a situation that everybody's not really talking about. I don't want to bring on the worst, okay? I don't want nobody to remember this show as the show that told the tale of the worst. No, it is to me to show you I care. This show is to talk about the things that's going to bring you to the best you. I want you to live your best life, regardless of what might happen in the future. If you don't believe in you, I promise you, you'll never be the best you. God is asking you to be the best you. This might be a hard time, but it's time for us to shine. It's time for us to come together and be the best of what we can be. Everybody's being impacted, but we can take this and find better ways to make it a success than a failure.
Which is true.
To
but-
sit back is going to be a failure.
Yeah.
We
but
can be
thing
the best.
is,
What you got, Phil?
it's just like when, I think it was like 2004, 2005, The Simpsons predicted Kobe would die in a helicopter crash.
I remember that.
All right. So now there's a book out that came out in 2008, that predict that there will be a mass fallout, a lot of human deaths. And this was in 2008, and they predicted that it would be the coronavirus in 2020. It's gonna come in, spread mass, and then it's gonna leave. The only reason that you can predict things like that is if it's already planned. Period.
And that's mad sad. But just being honest, I'm not taking away from all theories, and I'm not going to take away from anything. But a lot of times, I have to say, take heed to a lot of stuff that we are knowledgeable about. Read up on it. I ain't saying what he's saying is 100% real. I don't know. But if we got phones that we can all go on right now, then we need to do more research. Okay? Quit listening to our politicians. Quit listening to our president that blew this off from the beginning. I'm just being 100. Blew it off from the beginning. And let's go back and do our own research so we can be better knowledgeable about what we need to do compared to what somebody telling you. We've been told lies since we've been here. Let's stop that shit and get real with us and be the best we can be. Because if it's going to be a fallout and hard times, we got to come together. You talk about making America great again is when we are on our down and getting our ass back up. Because everybody been doing this awful past shit. How about present?
Yeah.
We are about to go through something. If we come together now, we'll be a stronger unity. Then you'll stop looking at color and all this other things that's plaguing us. We've been plagued for a long time. This is the first time we can come together equally. Because you don't know if you got it or not. I mean, again, you got AIDS, you already be worried. If you ain't been tested, you might be worried. How about right now, this is the first time we all can look at each other as equal instead of looking at each other as color. And maybe we can fight this fight and win.
Absolutely.
Then just lie down and die. I'm not trying to lie down for nobody.
Absolutely.
That's why I put up things to show you. Let's cover up. Let's protect us. That's why we talking about things. And again, getting back to the topic. I don't want to fight a person that loves me because I'm not pleasing her. I want to understand. That's the whole debate. Can we give it in a way that we can understand? And I promise you, I gave lectures, speeches. How about sometimes you got to look at how you present things? You ain't always a great teacher. I just want you to know, no matter who you are and how many people you've been with and how you want to brag, all I can tell you is you ain't always going to be on the top of your game. And somebody can help you understand somebody else in a better way. So my thing is, can you listen and receive compared to just teach? Too many people think they can lead that don't understand.
Yeah,
That's a good point.
Yeah, the element of
Real good
communication is an extreme point when it comes to a conversation like this. Tonight, well, folks, we're talking about, would you get upset or be offended if your significant other gives you advice on how to please them in bed? Obviously, because they're not pleased, they're not getting their needs met, they're not hitting that.
They hit that
They hitting that spot.
They gotta go
And,
practice.
you know, how you communicate that is everything. You know, and I think we've already really kind of covered that. But the element of communication makes new ideas in the bedroom possible, right? And I've on many occasions I've introduced new ideas, but I usually don't do it in the bedroom. You want to know?
Yes, I like.
Excuse me. It sounds like you guys covered this from a male perspective.
Yeah.
not
Okay,
a female.
let's get it from a
So
woman's
do
point of view
we
then.
need to go to break and then come back to the female to
No.
end up the course,
Come on,
or
we
do
ready.
it
No,
now?
come on.
We can
Let's go.
So from the female perspective.
I mean, we want y'all
Make sure you
perspective
talk.
all the
Yeah,
time. We
we
don't need
definitely
no
want
break.
you.
Into the mic, please.
See, that's him. He need that 3-minute break. I don't,
Yeah, we
we
definitely-
just bring you in.
I didn't say anything
We
about
rich.
break.
Go ahead.
Well, 3 minutes.
I
You
can
gonna
ride
take a
with my
break.
3 minutes.
Go ahead, girl. What you got?
So what did you guys say? If you said you covered it from the male perspective, would you have an issue with your significant other providing you feedback? What did the three of you say?
Well, it was split.
Yeah.
My man
Yeah.
and Jerry said they would have issues.
They would have
Me and Kraft said we wouldn't have an issue because it's about communication.
correct.
And then we said we had problems depending on how they communicated to us.
Okay.
If you came in a negative way, in a fashion, or mentioning somebody else,
Okay.
Yeah.
it's automatically going to be a way that I'm not going to receive it
That's
to
okay.
want to add to what we do if you bringing somebody else into what we're doing.
That's
Okay.
offensive.
So that's where I say that can be offensive. So that's what we're trying to have that dialogue.
Have you had an experience where
Well, let me
somebody
just
wasn't pleasing?
let me say this. First of all, first and
Tell
foremost,
Mike.
I definitely would. I'm sorry, I definitely would have an issue if he's gonna take what it is I'm giving him the constructive feedback and go give it to somebody else.
Ooh.
So
What you say?
Okay.
Hold on, come again.
She said,
Yeah, say that
she
again.
said she ain't trying to help
I'm,
you behind
I'm
somebody
not
else.
trying to help I'm not trying to empower you in the bedroom for us, so you can go ahead and give that to somebody else.
So basically, what you saying?
You know exactly
is,
what
is you not fatting the frog for the snake. That's basically what you're
So
saying.
you feel like they should already have it under
So-
control when they
so-
come in?
What?
So
No,
you
tell
saying
me
you're
this.
not fatting the frog for the
What
snake?
woman put jewels in the crown for somebody else to wear?
Right.
Fatting
me?
the frog
Right.
for
You feel
the
me?
snake.
So you basically saying that you ain't gonna be
Fatting
around.
the frog.
No,
for the
I'm not
snake.
saying that. I'm saying
Because
don't
if
take the
you
information.
sticking around,
not
then it ain't gonna
that.
matter.
We know how some men can be.
We know how
We know
some
how
women
some
can be.
women can be. Exactly. I'm speaking from a woman's perspective right now. I'm not interested in telling you what it is that I need from you for you to go ahead and try it out on somebody else. This is
So-
not the NCAA tryouts.
So
This is not the
basically-
NBA tryouts. It's not the
Oh.
Olympics. This is you and I.
So you feel like
So-
they should already have it together? And
No. I didn't say
So-
that. I said if I provide that feedback, I'm not interested in him going to share that with somebody else. Furthermore, understand that women, and you as men know this, women, we feel different. So therefore, what you have done with some other woman may not be pleasing or appeasing to me.
Right.
So I have to communicate to you what is, just like you do. Some men may like when you go all the way down.
Right.
Some like the halfway thing. So I'm not going to, I mean, there are so many different scenarios. Yes, Mr. 3 Minute Man.
Question. So what I'm hearing, and correct me if I'm wrong, what you're stating is that if you're with someone, you will not give constructive criticism or feedback. What you're saying is the only time that you're willing to provide it is if you're in a relationship that you know is going somewhere, say like marriage. Because you just stated that you will not
No, that's
present, you will not
Let answer.
put jewels in the crown for someone else to wear. Now, am I mistaken or? Oh, okay, I just want to know. So you good with status quo until you get the
Hold
ring,
on.
and then
So
you could.
there-
Then that's when you gonna let them know this
You
is
just
what I
said
need.
when I get the ring. Johnny, if you want to get that camera off me, it would be the best idea.
I'm just saying.
Sorry.
Am
No,
I
you're
hearing you
you're
correctly?
saying something
Yeah.
completely different. Let's stick to the script.
No, okay. Well,
Let's
well,
stick to
help
the
me
script.
out
That's
then.
another show.
My
Help
people
me
say,
out.
You'll bring
somebody
it back
say
for another
you just
show.
don't want
Help
nobody to
me
know how
out.
freaky you are.
Help me out.
And I'm not
Help me out.
claiming that
Help me
I'm
out.
not, but that's not. You know,
That's all it does.
that's the bedroom conversation.
Well,
But the
this is
question
what we're
is,
talking
would
about.
you be
So-
willing to provide that feedback? And I stated that I would be willing to provide that feedback because every man and woman is different.
Okay.
So every
Okay.
woman feels different. So therefore, you know, we can't have everything can't be monotonous.
Right.
You know, you can't lay there. There has to be some, you know, everything has ebbs and flows.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so if you're not ebbing and we're not flowing, there's going to be an issue.
Right.
So I don't have a problem with receiving feedback.
Okay.
I've received it before and I'm pretty sure I will receive it again.
And
And I
did-
don't have an issue, you know.
Did you give it? Did you
Give
give
it.
some feedback?
I'm definitely giving feedback.
You get it.
And she was given the feedback and very disappointed.
How would
That's
you
not
know?
good. That's another show.
Okay, so time.
That's another show.
69 to
Well, how would you
That's
know
another
that?
show. You
One voice.
men are extremely disappointing at the same time. Even though y'all have the advice tonight, you're
Right.
extremely disappointing. Which is what she's had. But that's another conversation.
Then we
That's
want
a 3-minute conversation.
Let me say this.
69
Let me say this for the
Watch
record.
the defense.
I don't know
Watch
what
the
bitterness is in the building.
defense.
Hold
Go
on.
ahead
Let me
with
say
the
this for the
defense
record.
mechanism. Go ahead.
We're talking about having a great sex life.
Uh-huh.
A woman can be very complicated.
on the girl.
A woman can be very complicated sexually.
Yeah,
Right.
and a man can be
I-
an underachiever.
I remember times where, okay, how I'm
You
going,
sit down.
how I'm going,
I need to talk.
Yeah. No, yes, you do. Sit down.
I'm trying to figure out, okay, how can I, get my back into it if I got to hold my arms up like this and squeeze on the nipples and hit it at the same time, and now I got to spring forward
He's still my baby.
and then she want to kiss
She don't
too,
hear
so now I got to
And now you look like an ostrich. Looking like a damn fool.
Women can be very complicated when it comes to that, especially if they're looking for that specialty nut. You know what I'm saying? If they're looking for that
3
specialty
minutes, that's
thing.
all.
But if you've had lots of disappointments, I would just say keep on trying, and Mr. Right will come through there and knock it down real good for you.
I will also say, with disappointment,
Sir 3.
make sure you're more open. Just because a person brought you to a great climax a certain way doesn't mean another person can't bring you another way. You have to be more open to be real because of that person. If he's genuine and you vibe with him, you'll move with him.
Right,
These are facts.
right.
Okay, and that's the problem with people be talking today. No one talk facts. you all want to talk about what all you can do. How about all the things that you can mentally stimulate? And if you mentally stimulate a person, they will want to do things. I wouldn't want to tell you you're not good. I would want to do things different to make you good. But if I don't care, I'm not saying.
Yeah.
And that's the problem of today.
Right.
When you don't care, you just do,
Well,
and then
listen,
that's all that person ever
Isn't
be.
that common sense? If you ain't got nothing invested, well, you don't need to be
I mean,
having them conversations.
But
You
the
don't need
saddest
to be
thing is
Certainly.
you have
investing in that stuff.
nothing invested. But the bottom line is you took that on. My whole thing is we're taking on a lot of shit we shouldn't be, and then that's where everybody get confused, and that's why you got people that get caught up in their feelings because they felt like it was something, and to you it wasn't never nothing. You should have known. You couldn't tell, but to them, yeah, I could tell that. I thought it was. So again, it is some people that say it. My whole thing is it's not about me stopping.
You know I was gonna
can't
hit
speak
it
for.
before I got
Right.
over there that night. You
And
know I
she-
was gonna hit it, and you was gonna give it to me.
And she wanted you to get it,
Yeah.
but she
I
also
don't come with
wanted
no
you.
games after the fact.
But she wanted you.
To be honest,
She kept giving because she thought she was gonna receive what a package might give.
Right.
Because
So
my
so-
girlfriends told me if
so-
you keep coming, then obviously it's good. And then guess what? You can't denounce it because you keep coming. So that's where the confusion comes from because you keep coming all over the place, and that's just one stop.
I mean, to
So
be
don't
honest
come
and
and
fair,
think it's meaning something.
Go ahead.
That's all I'm saying. That's where the confusion comes from.
Go
I'm
ahead.
just talking real.
Go
to
ahead.
be honest and fair, men and women treat each other wrong because they have a preconceived notion, or either what they're feeling, or either what they want to feel, is the same thing that they had from their ex. It's not fair to the woman. It's not fair to the man.
Right.
Because if that's what you wanted, you should have stayed right there where you was.
I don't want the same feeling that I had from my ex.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I don't want that.
Because what happens is, okay, so we have chemistry. You have
I want
one
to pay
woman-
shit.
you have one woman that has your toes curling, you're biting your lip,
Okay.
the whole nine. Something happens, it don't quite make it, you don't quite get it. Then you go to another relationship and you like, man, I'm drunk on that. I need her to do exactly what the other one. And that's not fair to the person that you're with. So that's when it comes into play where we have to have an open dialogue and a communication so you can please me and understand how I want to be pleased, and
Yeah.
vice versa.
Yes.
Because you're not being fair to each other.
Yes.
If you go in thinking about the last relationship
There you
that
go.
you was with.
There you go. Outstanding. Y'all hold on. We're gonna be right back. More Bar Talk with Jay.
Back with Bar Talk with Jay. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, we had sidebars, we had everything going on, but we got a serious situation going on when it comes to everything in the world. We got a virus that's out there right now that everybody don't want to take serious, and I want to make sure we do.
And everybody's just called racism.
And that too.
Sorry.
So when I look at what all we need to do, I want to make sure we're mindful. Make sure that we are starting to look up everything that we can. Quit believing what somebody's saying. One of the things I love about our show, this is the debate, okay? I don't like the noise is this opinions. This is a debate where I want to get your minds to start working when you can grab your phone and start educating yourself. Because I really feel like the lack of education is what's making us repeat our own faults. Let's do better. This is the time. It's not just the coronavirus. It is time for us to start looking at things more serious. And we educate ourselves, and you said it earlier. When I educated myself to the game, I changed where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So guess what? in relationships and in life, that's the same thing we need to do.
Right.
And if we can do that tonight, we will be the most powerful person. And then somebody else that believed in you had a reason to believe in you. From your kids to a person of a significant other to a person that cared. Let's make more fans out of believers, what they didn't really even see. But y'all want to believe in what might happen, but you don't even believe in your damn self. Let's stop that and let's make something better. Tonight is a night that we talked about so many different things when it comes to pleasing, safety, but let's talk about you. This show is to start a conversation with the person that you with, and I hope she's significant, and if she's not, let's just talk about your ass. Why are you wasting time doing things and have no purpose? Women have added value to men since the start of time. Pick the right one and change what the hell you do compared to what you see. If you keep playing around with somebody that just plays with you and ain't enhancing you, you will never be a great dude. I'm tired of seeing men talk shit and ain't about shit. This needs to stop. I can't just be raising my younger youth with no expectation of something. Failure happens. Failure makes success. But there's no way in hell I want to keep playing around and telling them about how they need to do this. And you know that ain't going to lead them nowhere. Man, we got to do better. And we got to stop playing like we are better when we know better and ain't doing better. So guess what? Tonight, let's just be more humble and say, hey, we made mistakes. Let's just say honestly, let's enhance our mistakes and have a dialogue with other educated people that realize that we all make mistakes, but we can do better. That we ain't sitting around just judging, because tonight wasn't about a judge of about anything. It's about our opinion. But our opinions is just to let you realize where you might be. So at the end of the night, can you sit down and talk to a person and understand you? Because when you become powerful, you make the household that you're in powerful. And then somebody is leading a house. And that's what's going to start making us more powerful than the stuff that we've been hearing. Because I was told Christopher Columbus founded America.
That would have
that's what was taught to me. But my whole thing is, now that I know reality and I know everything else, I know I ain't took from nobody. And I don't have to. But I add value. So I don't have to be in the books of what they said. It's about me understanding me.
There you go.
If you do this, you can start changing what somebody else is teaching. Because we've been taught wrong. Let's change what's being taught and understand what's being done. We've been done wrong, but that don't mean you got to continue. But we can have a dialogue. Yeah. And we all up here right now, all different forms, different lifestyle.
400 years plus.
But we are doing things in a better way. Let's continue with a dialogue that somebody else can understand. I don't want our kids to be more confused than they are. I like to say I privileged mine, and they might have the entitlement because I didn't want them to suffer. But the bottom line, the entitlement is just for them to do better. Some of the things that we did can be confusing. Remember, we ain't the best teachers coming from where we came from, but that don't mean we need to stop. So let's educate. Stop being ignorant and be more knowledgeable. And let's teach correctly, and that is being informed. And then somebody mentioned to me tonight, then let's execute. Okay? Because wisdom without execution is nothing. Okay? That's like prayer without work. So let's start taking the knowledge and the failures and let's make success of our families and people who surround us.
I just want to say, I appreciate being on the show. There's a lot of information that was put out there. I can actually say I learned some things tonight and was paying attention, but it was also good to be able to share some knowledge and give a different standpoint on how I felt on certain things and all that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just want to say, this is a really dope show. I like what you're doing. Definitely want to come back and hang out with you and everything.
Thank you.
And we want to be invited to your shows, future shows.
Yeah, and I'm
Let's throw myself out there.
I'm gonna have to invite you to my show.
Oh,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I got a show that I do called One on One with Johnny Cabell, with Ashley and Mo Clark. So I'm gonna have to invite y'all out to the show. It's
Yeah.
a real dope show
So,
too.
so love to join you, man.
Have to
Love
watch
to
out.
join you.
But I definitely want everybody to follow me at Johnny Cabell, JohnnieCabbell. It's on IG and Facebook at Johnny Cabell. And I definitely got a lot of big things coming up. Been breaking into the TV and film industry.
Yes,
I got a show that I'm doing myself called The Office. I have my online TV show that I do. And a lot of movies and stuff that I'm getting attached to, getting a lot into the TV and film.
Yeah.
And just shout out to all my artists and just all my fans. And
Absolutely.
once again, I appreciate being on the show and also getting educated on something.
Listen, Johnny Cabell, we are grateful for your presence here tonight, man. I feel like we've been in the midst of a superstar, and sounds like you've been doing big things and will continue to do big things. Always feel welcome to come here to the show,
Always.
and maybe you want to talk about new projects, or you just want to have some fun and a couple of drinks.
Yeah, when I come to y'all show, I just want to be regular.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And just be on
Yeah.
y'all level where y'all
Yeah,
at. And I like to
absolutely.
adapt.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You did a great job tonight.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And listen, I hope you told some of that temperament down when she bring up something new.
Sounds you want you to put that glove on.
Mike Jackson and then Michael.
Moonwalking.
It's either that or Serena.
Oh my God. Okay, listen, we are just about out of time here for tonight. We want to thank you folks for tuning in with us. Again, this is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay. We got Mr. Jimmy Cabell.
No, Johnny.
Johnny.
I'm sorry, Johnny.
I think I wrote Jimmy. Yeah, Johnny Cabell. Okay.
And we got Buddha.
And we got Buddha in the house.
Oh, that's Big Country.
Big country.
Big Country.
Yeah, so it's been another fun show. We're grateful for your participation. We hope you've enjoyed it. We're here every week, Thursday, Facebook Live, 7 to 9, and we want you to come out, continue to enjoy the show, share it with friends and family. I don't know anybody just doing it fun and positive like we're doing it, and we're going to continue to be here, so continue to share it. Share and like us, follow, share and subscribe, like us, all of the above. And with that, we appreciate you, we love you, and we are out.
Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.